when the electricity goes out in the building.
Yeah, we had some electric problem upstairs, so
On the top part of the buildings. Luckily, we still have here.
SEIM loaned us their studio, actually. Thank you, SIM, and we won't leave cake on the floor, will we, kids?
Yeah, let's not.
You are or you're not? I don't understand. Okay. On the chairs. Okay.
All right.
Homework time.
Yay. Oh, first I want to welcome my sisters who are coming to visit.
Yay, sister. You want to come and say hi? Can they come and say hi?
Sure.
Come quick.
One is from...
Just say hi. Yeah, if
okay.
you get to know the one in Paris, she'll let you stay at her house there. No, not really. Come. Come here. You got to introduce your sisters.
So this is Kei and Miyuki, my older sisters.
Yay.
Kei lives in Guadalajara and Miyuki in Paris.
Welcome to...
Thank you.
Only because of your brother, hundreds of thousands of people. He does all.
No.
No, he really does. Come anytime.
Nice to see you, everybody.
All right, here we go to work.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, so let's do the quiz.
She does. It is an open Airbnb, right, in Paris for all of us to go to.
Yes.
She
not popular
she
at all.
cooks, she makes the bed. I heard that. Okay.
So last class we actually took a detour to the back to the Crown of Knives, the Deathless Nectar for Helping Others book. Yep. And so I kind of made the quiz about some of the topics we talked about. Even nice. So the first one, which is a precursor for second question, super easy. What are the two types of bodhicitta?
That's a trick question. There's many divisions of bodhicitta into two.
Well, give me one of them.
Deceptive and ultimate.
Yes. Yeah. Anatole, is that you?
Yeah.
Bodhicitta and Mahayana Bodhicitta.
The three forms of the lower forms of the secret teachings, and then the unsurpassed form.
Yeah, there you go. Ultimate and deceptive. Now, something we've been, for those of you who've been following this book for a while, actually this is a fairly new discovery, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult.
We used to think that in the Lojong, but in this book, we used to, one of the coolest parts, or one of the cool parts, he talks, our author, Dharma Rakshita, talks about our biggest foe and his henchman or assassin. There are two ways in which this could have seen, the way that we've been seeing in the traditional way. And then there's a new development from Geshe Michael now that he's going through the book again. So who can tell me these two versions? Who can tell me the controversial version first?
Self-cherishing.
Yeah, in the initial
Yes, Nick, I think you got it.
Self-cherishing and self-grasping, but
Right.
we thought that self-cherishing was the master and self-grasping was the henchman.
Yep. Can you tell the audience why this is a little controversial?
Well, because usually we talk about grasping to the self as the most fundamental root of all of our problems, and then all of a sudden this Lojong text comes along and tells us that it's actually self-cherishing that is the most fundamental problem of our minds.
Would you be able to provide a justification, like if you had to defend this argument, how would you do it?
Well, I suppose you could say that self-cherishing or thinking of putting yourself before others and being focused on yourself, this is more of a feeling, and that feeling causes you to plant the seeds to stay stupid. To stay ignorant.
Yeah. Well, I saw it from the opposite. Yeah. And so what's the more traditional view regarding of the relationship of these two things?
That self-cherishing would be based on our self-grasping, grasping to having a
Right.
real self.
And putting it in terms of the biggest enemy and his assassin?
Because we believe in a self, then we hold on to it and we want to make it comfortable.
Yay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We had been seeing this controversial point of view of self-cherishing being the boss, but as far as I understand, when Geshe-la was going through it again, he actually discovered. Actually, I wanted to ask if you could tell us how you discovered that.
Well, I was curious about it myself, because is it that your habit of taking care of yourself first makes you stupid, so you don't understand that the pen comes from you? Or is it that you don't understand that the pen comes from you, and because of that, you take care of yourself first? You make bad seeds. You don't care about making bad seeds because you don't know how seeds work. And I was studying this. Well, maybe you're going to get to it, but why was this teaching kept secret for 300 years? You're going to get to that?
Oh yeah, that's the next question.
Yeah.
So I heard Geshe Michael saying, I don't remember which class. Oh, in the last Q&A for SEM 8.
Yeah.
And he was talking about if we see self-grasping or thinking that things are themselves as the main enemy and self-cherishing as his grasping, then your wish becomes love with nothing it sees. So it's even cooler.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that it's the second version, the traditional version. Why was Lojong considered a secret practice, and what implication this has for us trying to practice it?
It's considered.
Rob says people weren't ready.
I think Word was saying something.
It was considered a secret practice because, just like Haggerty was saying, it was felt like people who just got part of the teaching or didn't have like a deeper teaching, like the story of Geshe Chikawa, like he wanted to learn this, and his teacher made him become a Geshe before he would teach him. People didn't have that level of training, would take the teaching incorrectly and hurt themselves and maybe others, and maybe discard the teachings altogether as a result.
Right. Then at some point it was deemed shareable, I guess. I don't know how you say it. But then I was thinking then there must be a reason, meaning what's the implication for us that are trying to practice Lojong?
I think it's very precious. I mean, to me, I think it's beautiful to think that it was once a secret teaching, and now we hear about it so readily, and we collect teachings, we hear teachings and practices, and it's kind of easy to collect them and not put them all into practice. But especially this teaching, I think, is so profound and powerful that I don't know. I think it's kind of beautiful that once upon a time it was secret, because then maybe if you really had to like be a good student and do everything your teacher told you for a long time, then by the time the teacher gave it to you, you would, really practice it because you had worked hard to earn it. So I think, for me, I just think this is a very special thing. That the implication is this is a very special thing we have in our hand. And we're very fortunate to have it. So do it.
I have this theory, okay? And I've been working on his book. I've been working on this book for a couple months now, like 4, 5, 6 hours a day. And I have this theory. There's a deep teaching in Seiji's first book about peacocks. And he and Noor like to talk about peacocks. And peacocks supposedly can eat poison. And not only it doesn't kill them, it it gives their feathers those unique colors. And then other people, they say crow, wants to have those colored feathers. So they go and eat the same poison that the Bodhisattva ate, the peacock ate, and then he dies, the crow dies.
Mhm.
And I think if you're gonna decide not to be self-cherishing, if you decide to serve others, and especially if you decide that you will get involved in problems rather than avoid them, if you decide you will be the kind of person who seeks out difficult situations and jumps into them, which is how they describe it. If you're going to be the kind of person who spends all day looking for problems of other people and then jumping in to help them, I think if you don't understand where things are coming from, you will be overwhelmed and poisoned. I think like that. I think you will burn out. You know, if you go around trying to solve everyone's problems without understanding that they come from you, whoa, then you burn out. And I think that's why it was kept secret until people understood the seeds better.
So that'd be the defining factor between being a peacock or a crow.
Yeah, is that it's one thing to jump into a difficult situation between two other people, for example, like two relatives are fighting or something. And you can just ignore it and you can go to Buddhism class and ignore them. You know, it's easy. I do it all the time. But you could try to get involved and try to help out. But then you have to be able to eat poison, which means you have to not burn out. And the way to not burn out is to understand that the fight that your relatives are having is coming from you. And that's the only way you'll ever not burn out. I have this theory. I have this peacock theory about, and until people understood the pen thing well enough, the Lojong masters did not encourage them to get involved in all the difficult situations around them, because they would burn out. You know, they would be overwhelmed by other people's problems. The idea is you eat other people's problems like dessert, like cake and ice cream. And if you understand emptiness, if you understand where the problems are coming from, that they're coming from you, then it's delicious. But if you don't, then you're gonna burn out, I think. I think you'll be overwhelmed. And if you jump into all the problems around you, you just burn out, you know. You'll get to be a really grumpy person. That's my theory.
Wow.
About why they kept it secret. Until they had educated people about the second kind of bodhicitta, which is to see emptiness, they decided not to emphasize the first one.
Just know about it, not necessarily have the experience, right?
Yeah, no, not necessarily have the experience, but if you understand that the problems you even hear about are all coming from you, you're not going to burn out when you try to help everybody. I think that's my theory. Yeah, it's just like combing your own hair, if you have hair.
All right. Wow, cool. I think Geshe Michael
That's
takes
my
the win.
theory. Yeah, okay. All right, that's my theory. I've been thinking about it I found a confirmed Lojong by Virupa, one of the Mahasiddhas from 700, 750 AD. I confirmed it. He talks about the two kinds of bodhicitta, which means it's a Lojong text. And that's 300 years before Lord Atisha taught it. And that means it was kept secret. It's 500 years before Chikawa released it to the public. So it is true that someone kept it secret for 5 centuries. And you have to ask why. Because it's so accessible and so useful. Why would you keep it secret? You know? And I think it's an exciting question. Anyway, that's a mixed nut nerd question.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's an awesome answer.
Okay.
I was thinking something completely different.
That's good.
Cool. All right. So Nick helped me.
Oh, good. Okay.
No. This way.
Can you, we got some new people visiting today. Can you describe what book you're on now and what you're studying?
Right now, another beautiful, I guess it's considered Lojong as well.
Yeah, it's the proto-Lojong.
Right. Probably one of the most famous books on developing the wish, called A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life by Master Shantideva. We've been switching back and forth between Master Shantideva's biography, which was amazing, and the book that he wrote, which has 10 chapters, and right now we're on the second. Oh, yep. Second.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing.
Yeah. This chapter, by the way, because we're going so slow, it's hard to remember where we are. This chapter is called Shakpe Liu. What's that? Shakpa.
Purification.
Confession.
It's the chapter on confessing your ethical mistakes. You know, I got angry, or I cheated somebody, or you know, I stole some money, or it's the chapter on confessing your moral errors, your mistakes that you've made in your life. And then it's 60 verses, and the first half is what? Offering. For 30 verses to clean up his bad karma, he talks about offering things to the Buddhas. Isn't that interesting? I mean, isn't that a cool way to deal with your mistakes? Oh, I yelled at my mom. I made a huge mistake. I think I'll make offerings for 3 hours to the Buddhas or something. I think it's a wonderful strategy. I think you don't go in a corner and feel bad and say, I'm a bad person, and or something like that. You have a party. You have a Dharma party. I think that's wonderful. So what I'm trying to say is this whole, by the way, this is for you. This whole class today is going to be a continuation of a long party of offering things to the Buddhas, okay? And we're just going to have more and more words. And only in this class, we are studying the ancient Sanskrit. And we don't do that in any other class. We are fortunate that we have Shantideva's original work from 13 centuries ago. We have the original in Sanskrit. We have a team of Sanskrit scholars led by Aisha Nguyen Scophilus, who is comparing all the Sanskrit manuscripts, because Sanskrit was never carved. Sanskrit was passed on by copying and by hand. And the people hired to copy it could not read. They were underpaid, lowly paid people who scratched letters into palm leaves and couldn't read them. So, in Tibetan, you have wood carvings that were standardized. In Sanskrit, every single manuscript is different. And so we have a whole team led by Aisha in Guadalajara, cleaning up the Sanskrit, and they're doing a beautiful job. It's a great contribution to Buddhism. They are cleaning up this, one of the top 10 books in history. Okay, so we're gonna go occasionally to the Sanskrit to have fun, because a lot of Sanskrit came into English, and it's easy to learn. And then we have a Sanskrit teacher here, which is Christina Casico. And she's agreed to teach some Sanskrit classes to anyone who's interested to learn more about Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is supposedly the enlightened language. Supposedly, when you become a Buddha, you will speak in Sanskrit. Supposedly, your chakras are making Sanskrit sounds all the time. So it's wonderful to have an excuse in Seiji's text to learn some Sanskrit. Okay, here we go. Why don't we study Sanskrit all the time? Anybody know?
It's too hard.
Basically, there's 100 surviving important Sanskrit manuscripts, maybe 200. In Tibetan, there are 300,000 high quality books. And it's just a choice you have to make. Sanskrit was destroyed. Tibetan was destroyed. But luckily we have records. So, okay. All right, here we go.
Excuse me, Seiji, did you start with 2-14?
That's a good question. I gotta go. Am I the? do
No,
I
it's,
have the-
it's mine.
Oh, okay, we'll follow yours.
Yeah. 16.
Okay,
14
so
and-
let's just remember that when we go back to the text with Geshe Michael, we should start with 14.
Oh,
Okay.
we did that last class.
No, we
didn't have
ended with 13.
just a little bit. Go that way. Here. Yeah, we didn't have a February class.
No, but this one we did in the homework.
Oh, we covered it in the homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
These two verses.
All right, let's go to 16. That's okay. Please read the Tibetan Seiji and impress those two ladies who came to class today. He's extremely good at it.
Pechok yicho chokchi ngekyapai dupechin choknam kyangtela
Ul.
ul.
Yeah.
Shelse satungna tokche pai kla she nam kyangtela uwarki.
Right. Good. Just let's do one verse for good luck. Word, are you in the mood to read a Sanskrit verse?
Sure, again. No, Spita, Spurad, Kanda, Manorama, Mais, Chatan, Tupa, Megar, Upad, Dupayami, Boj, Yaish, Cha, Kadair, Vivi, Daish, Cha, Peyash, Teboy, Ni, Vedyam, probably, or Vedyan, Cha, Ni,
Yeah.
yeah, Ni Vedyami.
Nice. Good. I'll wave my head at you. Okay. All right. So let's what's pho, you guys? Did anybody know? Pho? Pho means
Incense.
it still means incense. Okay. Pho.
Tupa.
Pho chok means best incense. Yi chok means to steal away your yi.
Your mind,
mind.
or your heart.
Heart.
Mana.
Okay, it means super attractive. Yitok is a beautiful word. Chi name, this name means pleasant smell. It always refers to smells. Aromatic incense. You guys know kyaba from logic.
Oh,
Spread.
covers.
Cover.
Right.
In a logical statement, kyaba machun, tamadru, they all mean to cover, logically cover, the major premise and the minor premise. Okay, kyabayi. This duk spelling means again a kind of incense. Okay, you know nduk. What's nduk? Nduk means is, and it's the most common Tibetan verb in spoken Tibetan. Yapadu, yapamandu, kyunmandu, kyundu. Okay, it means is, but this spelling means incense. Chin, anybody? Mega,
Cloud.
mega, cloud. Yeah, cloud. Sok means lots of clouds. Okay. Ul is the ancient form of pool,
To offer.
Offer.
to offer. So what's it mean? Go backwards, Seiji. I offer chins, clouds, of incense, which covers the sky with its delicious smell. Okay? Why did it come here? Yeah, because we are doing a moral cleansing. We are trying to clean the poo-poo smell of the last time you got upset at your neighbor. And so you're using a lot of incense. Got it? Okay. And I also offer shall say, what's say mean? Sawa.
Food.
Sawa means food. Okay. Food, which consists of sawa and tungwa. All food consists of sawa and tungwa. It means food and drink. Food and drink. Okay. Natto means all different kinds. You know, I'm offering as a bribe a delicious dinner to the Buddhas because I got upset at my neighbor. Okay. And Shi is a very ancient word for a feast or a Thanksgiving dinner. Okay. What do you call in China? Hot pot feast. Okay. I just realized the hot pot and Thanksgiving dinner are the same thing. Fasha means the food of the gods. Okay. I also ulu. I offer. Okay. I offer. Now, are there any words here that are especially useful in Sanskrit? So what we're doing with the Sanskrit of Seiji's text, we're picking out from each verse one or two very important words. And it'll take us 5 years to get through this book. If we could collect all the important words, and if you could learn them each week or each month, you would have a pretty good grasp of Sanskrit. Okay, so we're suggesting that you learn maybe 3 words every class, four words every class. This one is called Bhoja. Say Bhoja. Bhoja. Yeah, and Bhoja means food, and a lot of Hindi is directly derived from Sanskrit. So, you know, in Hindi, it's Bhoj, you know, yeah, would you like some Bhoj today, sir? You know, okay. By the way, that's the most populated country in the world now. There's a contest going on. And it's not bad to learn some of their language, okay? Bhoj means to eat, okay? Bhuj means to enjoy, and that's the root of Sambhogakaya, which is what?
Enjoyment.
Yeah, the enjoyment body. So a Buddha has a body that they travel in, you know, to earth. And then they have a body that they hang out in at home in the Buddha paradise. And that home body is called Sambhogakaya because it's always having enjoyment. It's always enjoying itself. It's called enjoyment body, okay? But a Buddha has 2 physical bodies. Okay. Now there's another ancient language called Indo-European, and you can say it's the ancient mother of the Western languages. Sanskrit is the mother of all languages from Iceland to Iran, which includes all of Europe, all the Americas, except for the native languages. And so anyway, there's an ancient language, very, very ancient language called Indo-European, which is kind of like the older cousin of Sanskrit. And there, Bahug, okay? The root is Bahug. And that's where English comes from. So it comes from Sanskrit. So the word Bhoj, which means to eat, came into English as function and also as fungible. What's fungible mean? Fungible means any substance you can use to trade, to conduct trade, to conduct business. In the old days, it would have been gold, silver, horses, corn. Nowadays, it's Bitcoin, you know, it's called fungible. Diamonds are barely fungible. If you're in trouble, you can use them to buy things, but it's not a good idea, not a great idea. Okay, anyway, funge comes from bo, which means to enjoy the use of something. Okay, cool. All right, you got this translation from Geshe-la's old translation, I bet.
No, that was me.
Oh, Nick, not bad. Okay, you want to read it?
Wow, Nick, that's a...
Nick, you want to read it?
Sure. I didn't look at your old translation actually, because I
That's
was.
probably
That's a big-
better.
compliment, Nick.
I like it.
I offer a massive clouds full of smoke of the finest incense a delightful fragrance that steals our hearts. And I offer a rich array of culinary delights, cakes that please even the gods themselves.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Me too.
Okay, nice translation. Seiji, read one more verse and then you can choose somebody else to bother.
Oh.
Can you do the,
Oh, yeah.
Nick, can you correct him?
Serki Padma Sartu Narwai Ringchen Sena
Dren.
Drunma.
Drama Namkyang Fulparki
Ooh.
Uwarki Sashi
Yeah.
Uwargi Sashi Sarwat Perki Chung Pater Metok Yong Silma Champarcha.
Nice.
Champarcha.
What's Bedma?
Lotus.
Yeah, lotus.
Lotus.
Like Om Mani Padme Hum, right? And then Ser means
Golden.
gold.
Gold.
How do you say in Spanish?
Oro.
Oro. Yeah. Ser ki Bedma. So these are lotus gold. Okay. Sadungarwa. Yeah, I think I forgot what Sadungarwa is. A word, can you help me out?
Sure.
I think it's laid out, laid out in array or something like that. We'll get to it.
I
What's-
looked it up and saw that it was just like arranged or something.
Okay, arranged nicely. Nice lotus flowers of gold arranged all over the place. Rinchen, jewel. Jun, that's the most famous book by Atish.
Lamps.
The lamp, okay. Namkya. Unwargi means I make offering. So the idea is lanterns in ancient times before electricity. And these lanterns are running off of sapphire and emerald and ruby, and they give these beautiful lights. Okay. Sashi Tarawa means spread all over the ground. Burki. Bur means, we had it in the last verse. Incense. Shuk means to smear something like a paste. Okay, like you smear the whole. This is common in India. You take a sandalwood paste and you smear it around the floor, and it's beautiful. Metal. Anybody tell me the pieces? It's very interesting.
Fire top.
Yeah, fire
Yeah,
head.
tok means the end of a pole. The end of a flagpole. The top of a flagpole is called tok. The ball at the top of a flagpole is called tok. Then May means fire. And flowers are perceived as fire on the flagpole top.
Oh.
Very beautiful. Okay. Meto. Yiwong means heart stealing. Silma means cool to the touch, pleasantly cool to the touch. Jamba means I throw them all over the ground, okay, for you. Okay. Flower petals. The one word I'd like you guys to learn here is called Deepa. Say Deepa. Yeah, long eye. Deepa. And it means a light, especially a flame that you use as a light in ancient times, Deepa.
Same as when you're doing the.
Yeah, Argam, Pading, Pubi, Dubi, Alake. Oh, we use Alake in our secret teaching, but the other one uses Deepa, okay? Which is, these are the flames, okay? Yeah, and it comes from deep. I think personally, some guy disagrees with me from a couple hundred years ago, but Div means to shine in the sky. Deva means that, Devine means that. It all comes from Div, which means to shine, okay? And then there's a famous teacher, Lord Atisha. His Sanskrit name, his original name is Dipankara. Dipa means butter lamp, and Kara means maker. So he enjoyed making butter lamps, and his student, Dromtenje, is famous for
Placing a butter lamp at his window every night or in his
first
bed.
night he met Atisha. Atisha had gone to a sponsor's house for a meal. And Atisha's students told Jomtunje to go to Atisha's house and wait for him. And he said, what if I die? What if I die in the next hour? You know, don't ask me to wait to meet my teacher. And they said, well, he's halfway there. He's on the road. He says, I'll catch up. I'll find him. And he refused to spend a half hour. He refused to wait a half hour to meet his teacher. And he ran out in the road, he ran down the road and he met Atisha. And they got to the house of the sponsor, they did a prayer, they got some food. And the sponsor said, oh, is this the young man you told me would be coming for dinner? And Atisha says, yes. And he knew before, he knew like a long time before that they would meet on the road and that he would accompany him. And he said, yeah, this is the one I was talking about.
Wow.
And they offered him bread and butter and he refused the butter. He kept the butter and he made a lamp. He burned it and made a butter lamp and he put it at his teacher's pillow that night. And until the day he died, he kept doing it. He did it every night for the rest of his teacher's life. He burned a butter lamp at his pillow every night. So Dipankara's student was the real Dipankara. You got it?
Mm.
Okay, that's an old story. I'm not supposed to tell stories.
Geshe-la,
Yeah.
this Silma is not cool to the touch. It's like pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. That's true. It can mean cool to touch, but it can also mean to take the petals off and scatter them like that. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's good. All right. And next
Oh,
verse.
I only did two. I
Oh,
thought you told me to do two.
two.
Should I have done three?
No,
But
you're fine. Let's just stick with you. Is that okay?
yeah, sure.
All right. So who you want to read?
I can see. Oh, Ward, can you choose some of your students, please?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Sure, one sec. Din is the first person I saw.
Oh, Tin Nguyen?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is he translating?
Yes, he's translated now.
Oh, okay. He's making the karma to be such a good student. Berta, do you want to read? Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, thank you. Shelme Potran to Yang Yong Danmutik Riching. Excuse me?
Nice.
Chengrian, Piangse Warwalk, Panye Nam Ka, Gyang Gyur de Dakyang, Tukje Rang Shin, Chela Bulwargi.
Nice. You guys are good. I don't know. Word's really knocking it into you guys. I don't know what he's doing. What's a shemekong? Anybody know?
Not a palace?
It's a palace. Shelmekong. Shelmekong. It literally means unestimable. You cannot estimate how big it is. Okay, it means super big. Okay, Shemekong. Podang also means a palace. Okay, Sheme Podang, like a palace with a zillion rooms. Okay, Tuyang means, you know, amazing, praisable. Yuong means what? Do you guys remember?
Pretty comes to your mind is pretty.
Towards it. It means stunning, or something like that. Yuong, okay. And it has lots of mutiks.
Pearl?
Yeah, pearls. What's the Sanskrit? Is mukta. Okay, if I remember correctly, it's mukta. We had the Lady of the Pearl.
Oh.
So anyway, I think the Tibetan comes from a corruption of mukta. But anyway, mutik. And pearls were extremely rare in those days. Tiffany's address in New York City was bought with a single string of natural pearls. That's how rare they are. Okay, so mutik rinchen, precious pearls. Gen chang means hanging in big, what do you call it? Hanging in strings from the palace. Okay, ze means beautiful. Barwa means blazing, like the light from the pearls is eye shattering. Bakye means unmeasurable. Okay. What's bakte? Bakte you should learn sometime. Sanskrit is yojana.
It's a
It's a
length.
distance measurement. So we have kilometers in Europe, we have miles in America, and in ancient India we have yojana, and yojana is about 1.5 miles. Okay, so all distances are given in yojana, which is called bakse. Okay, bakye means no measure. What's namka? You know,
Space.
yeah, space, sky. Gengyur means let's not just decorate the palace with pearls. Let's hang them from the sky also.
Oh.
So the entire sky is hanging with pearls. Okay. Dedakyang. Ulwagi at the end of the verse means I offer to you. And then your nature, your what? Rangshin is tukje, which means maitri. Okay, love. Okay, your nature is love. So one word for maitri is jampa or something like that, but another word is tukje.
Oh.
Why is that important in the Tibetan colloquial language?
Tukche.
The way you say thank you in Tibetan is you have a great heart. Dropped it into tokje or but it's tukjeche. Okay. So guess which word we're gonna learn in Seiji's class? Maitri. Okay. And here it is, okay? And I did a little study of it here for you. Okay. Maitri means, you can see it in the root text, by the way, if you go up. It's here.
Oh.
Maitri Maye Byopi. Okay. So the Maitri part means Lord of Hearts. What's the Lord of Stones?
Doje.
Doje. So J means Lord. Okay. And it comes, Maitri comes from an ancient root called mit. And mit means to mix it up. In colloquial English, we say mix it up. It means to have a fight.
Oh.
We used to do it in my neighborhood with the other teenagers. You guys want to mix it up? Yeah, okay. And then we start punching each other, and it's called mit. So it means to mix. And you French people from Paris, the word mélange comes from that, which means a mixture. It's also used in the diamond business. Mélange means a parcel of diamonds which has not been pre-sorted. You got brown, green, white, yellow, big, small, cheap, expensive. It's the best way to sell a stone. Mixture. And then maituna. Maituna is an ancient Sanskrit word for sex, or mixing it up that way. And it's you're gonna see this word in the sense of embracing another person. Okay, maituna. So these are all, the ancient IE means what?
In other words,
Indo-European.
Indo-European.
The ancient root is Mike or Mik, and it came into myth, which means, and then the word mix comes from that. Okay, so it means a mixture. So what it means is, Maitri literally means, is a doer, like plumber, singer. Okay, Maitri means a person who is very happy to hug you with love. a warm hug of love is the meaning of the word Maitri and Maitreya. Okay, someone who likes to give you a sweet hug, a loving hug. You can call him loving hug next time you see him. Call him loving hug. Okay, it's a beautiful name. Okay, his dad just got it in the verse.
Nice.
Who's gonna read next, Seiji?
Let's see. Oops. Sorry, do you mind if I?
Go for it.
No, Dinar is translating. Lisa Lee.
Lisa
there?
Lee, yay. I see an empty chair, I'm not sure.
Okay.
She might have gone to McDonald's.
Who else? Alex Rivas.
Alex Rivas,
Hey.
thanks again for the letters. I'm reading them at home. I gave him a homework to go to elementary schools in Mexico, to poor ones. And each child wrote an essay of how we can stop war in the world. And he sent me a huge DHL package full of his letters. The drawings are great. I can't read the Spanish that well.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
can help.
Rinchen duk se sergi yuwa chen. Korji yengi nampa jit dong den. Jiblek tana dukpa pengwa yang. Tak tu tuptang namla duk war ki.
Ulwargi, nice. Okay, good. Rin Shen, you guys know. It means, by the way, Rin means value by itself. Shen means big. So Rin Shen means, so what's Rinpoche?
Big.
Precious one. And that's why they call high teachers Rinpoche or something. Rin Shen. Duk means an umbrella or a parasol. And this was a very, very popular accoutrement in ancient India because of the sun. Okay, and people would carry an umbrella on a cloudless day just to protect them from the sun. So it's a common offering in Buddhism, because Buddhism grew up in India. It's a common offering to a teacher or to a monk or a nun to offer them a sun umbrella. Okay. So this one happens to have a yua. Yua means a handle on the umbrella, made of ser, pure gold. Okay, and that's good for knocking dogs on the head as you walk through Rimrock with your umbrella. Okay, just kidding. Koryuk, you guys know from the mandala offering, but it means to stand these parasols in a circle around where the teacher is teaching or something. So you can imagine a whole, like those flags, you know, at big conferences or something, there's 100 flags.
Oh, right.
You know, like that. Koryu Gyen, they decorate the whole area, okay? And they are Yeong. Very pretty, very pretty. Yip means outline or shape. Yip, leg. Leg means
Nice shape.
like so. Good.
Well formed.
Yeah, beautiful. They have a beautiful outline, the umbrellas, the parasols. And they're also Tana Duk. So Dungyo means suffering,
Yeah,
but Dukpa means beautiful. So you got to be careful. You can mistranslate, right?
Could you say that again, please, Lama?
Yeah, SDUG by itself with PA means beautiful. SDUG with Nyao means suffering. And, you know, it's a long story. So be careful when you hit SDUG in a translation, because you might say suffering when it says beautiful. Okay, so Tanaduk means lovely to look upon. Okay, Jengwa means to, you know, this Iwo Jima flagpole thing with the flagpole halfway up. The soldiers are pushing up the flagpole. That's dengwa. That's something which is a pole which is raised is called dengwa. There's a vowel in Tibetan called dengbu, which is shaped the same shape. It means flagpole halfway up. Okay. Anyway, here, all those umbrellas are dengwa. They are already opened and set up straight. Okay. I offer them to the Tubuangs, the lords of the able ones. Taktu means all the time, like takpa, permanent. Right? Uwagi means I offer. Just to give you a heads up, as I mentioned, there's about 60 verses in the second chapter. Exactly half he spends on offering to butter up his teacher so that he can do his confession. So if you ever need to know, the best way to do it is to offer your teacher a cinnamon roll and then confess. Many people do it this way. Okay. Rupa is the word I'd like you to learn in this verse. It's an extremely important word in Sanskrit. It means physical matter. Okay, rupa. It can mean outline. It can mean only the object of your eye consciousness, colors and shapes. Okay, and I believe it's found in the word corpse and core, which means body, because rupa can mean your physical body. Okay, so in the ancient Indo-European, it's kverp. So rupa became kverp, and that became corpse, and that became a body of soldiers called corps, Marine Corps. Okay, so I think they're all related to the RPS. The RP is from rupa. Okay, and very commonly in Sanskrit, you have a missing KW at the front of the word. That became in English QU. And that's why Q always has a U on it. It used to be the Sanskrit KW or KV. So the ancient word is kverp, which means corpse. And then that became rupa. Okay, okay, cool. I think rup means to be in pieces. I think rupture is, rup is the ancient Sanskrit. And it means a solid piece or something in pieces. Okay. All right, so just learn the word rupa. It means all kinds of physical form. What's the other half of rupa in a human being? You have your rupa and you have your nama, name and form. And then nama represents your mind. Yeah, especially in the two guys in the
Boat?
boat. Yeah, and link number 4. Okay. All right, Seiji, who's next? I think we got
2
time
minutes.
for one more.
Claudia, are you translating? ¿Estás traduciendo? Oh, she doesn't want to.
Oh, she said her microphone is broken.
No, are you asking me, Seiji?
Yes.
Ah, cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Sí, por favor.
Okay. De la Xuanzang Chopetso Romo Yang Dit On Dan Semchandak Semchan Du Nal Sim Yet how it is that? Ring? Trim? Trim? Nam So Sor Na Your Chick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job. Chupa means what, you guys? Offering.
Offering.
Okay, offering. Sok means big bunches of offerings. Okay, like sok, right? Dele Shen means moreover. Okay, I'm going to give you other kinds of offerings. How about I give you guys Romo?
A song?
Yeah, Sangiti. Gita, like Bhagavad Gita, Sangiti. Song. Yang Nian means pleasant melody. Yuong means beautiful. And I'm offering clouds, huge far banks of music. Okay, in order to, Tsim means to satisfy, but here it means to remove the dunya
The suffering of
of
beings.
beings. Yeah, I'll play you guys some Jimi Hendrix. If you were sad, it's gonna cheer you up. Okay, that's the idea. Chin means I send huge galactic clouds of Jimi Hendrix music to whole planets to cheer up the people. Okay, so neg your cheek means I send different galaxies of Jimi Hendrix to different universes to cheer up the people. Okay, you got to think big when you're doing these offerings. Okay, I thought you'd like to learn the word mega. Dharma mega is the name of the 10th Bodhisattva level, the cloud of the Dharma. So it's an important word in Buddhism. Mega means cloud. Okay, and again, that comes from that same root as Maitri, which is mich, which means to mix up a huge cloud. Okay, and the name of the ultimate mental state of a Buddha is called Dharma Mega Samadhi. Okay, so if you only learn one word in this verse, learn the word mega. And in the word Dharma Mega Samadhi, which is 10th level Bodhisattva state of mind. Okay, very cool. Again, if I had a 1 minute wrap up here, I would say it's an interesting approach when you want to confess a moral mistake, an ethical mistake, that you throw a party. And it's similar in Irish tradition to a wake. When my dad died, we threw a major party. We couldn't remember what happened the next day. And, it's kind of unexpected, counterintuitive, that when you're gonna approach your teacher and confess a moral mistake, that you kind of celebrate that you have the courage to tell your teacher, or you have the goodness to tell other people your mistakes, then that's something you should have a party about. If you're willing to open up your heart and share your mistakes sincerely with your Dharma brothers and sisters, then that deserves a party. And you should throw a party, okay? And it sounds weird. It's like you're celebrating that you got in a fight or something, but it's not like that. You're celebrating that you had the wisdom to admit your mistakes. And I think it's I think we should try it more often. When you admit to someone your mistakes, make a nice dinner or something and say, this dinner's in honor of me cleaning out my mistakes, and don't, sit in a corner with a worried look on your face. That's not the way to confess things. Cool. All right.
To throw a lot of parties.
Yeah, we'll have to throw a lot of parties. We may be busy all the time in VOC and Rimrock. Okay. All right, I'll see you guys on Saturday morning. Am I right?
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Geshe Michael.
Thank you for bringing your wonderful sisters here. We heard a lot of good things about you.
Awesome.
Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, Geshe Michael, for leading us day after day, week after week, year after year, lifetime after lifetime. It's wonderful to be here together. Thank you, Seiji, who's gone, poof, into dust, but he'll return.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, live translators. Thank you so much, everyone who's a member of the Good Night Club, I think it's called this week. We're thrilled to get to do all this beautiful work together and to be able to share that with you. Your support is welcome, and your participation is wonderful, delightful. Yes.
Geshe said that how long does it take to install this program?
Oh, a moment, not too long. A few minutes. We have to talk about it, but we shouldn't make everyone else think about it.
Bonsoir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Word, are
Krishna.
you standing by?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All yours.
Thank All right. Thank you. All right. Amazing.